is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 SJPORR Challenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, iMake, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Keg Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors.
Alright guys, it's Stas here. It's time for my very last SJPORR review. This is going to be the English mild. This is from 84z-97n-28s. Before I talk about the beer, I just want to say a big thank you to all the brewers who sent in their beers for us to try, shared them with us all. A number of people have already made comments like this already. I know Dino said something similar in his last video. But the beers, this is the first time I've been in the SJPORR Challenge. I really didn't know what to expect, but you know, with such a broad style range of, you know, a sessionable beer, maximum 4.5%, we really have had a huge range of beers, and I was a bit worried that we might get, you know, all pale ales or all IPAs or something, but you know, we've had a real broad range of things represented, and they've all been really high quality. So, you know, if you entered in the Australia-New Zealand hub, then, you know, awesome work. Anyway, that's enough about that. On to the beer in question. So, it is Grain Bills, 3 kilos of Gladfield Pale Malt, 500 grams of Gladfield Crystal Dark, 100 grams of Gladfield Chocolate, and 150 grams of sour grapes. I'm pretty sure that's just to get the pH down. I'm not expecting any sourness in this beer. Hops is North Down and East Kent Goldings. Got the mash steps there. Bottle conditioned on 4th of September. Yeah, so please leave to carbonate until 20 minutes. Can't remember when I got it, but they've been sitting in the fridge at about 10 degrees. So I hope if this is your beer, I hope it's carbonated. But you know, it's an English mild, so it's a little undercarbonated. That's fine. And you know me, I like my beers undercarbonated anyway. This is probably a little bit cold, so I'll start and we'll press pause and I'll give you my proper warm taste. Okay, here we go. Little hiss. We do have some carbonation. I'll do a bit of an aggressive pour on it. There, we look good. Hey, look at that. It's a lovely thing. Okay, so lots of carbonation bubbles coming out the glass. Oops, daisy. It looks reasonably carbonated, probably a little undercarbonated, but you know, probably my fault as much as anyone else's. Clarity is really good, excellent clarity. I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but you know, it is crystal clear. Bit of a small head, bit of dirt on my glass, but you know, we've already talked about that. Yeah, let's go for a smell. Now it's a little early, so getting that earthiness from the noble hops, and some really slight chocolate notes. But I really can't smell much at this cold temperature. It's quite a dry mouthfeel. You get that sort of dark chocolate, toastiness or roasted character from the malt. Hops are just giving a light spice and an earthiness. Really nice. It's really light. It looks, you look at that and you're expecting a beer that's quite reasonably heavy, but it's really sessionable, as it says on the bottle. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up there for now, and I'm going to let this beer warm up and become much more English. Alright, so we're back. The results are in. So, the English Mild. I think this is a really stylistically good beer. If you read the style guide and taste the beer, they're pretty good. Pretty good in terms of accurately representing what the style should be. Aroma hasn't changed all that much. As it warmed up, I am getting a little bit of an astringent note just towards the back as I, towards the back of my palate as I drink it. Is it detracting from me enjoying the beer? Not really, but it's just poking out just a little bit, which might come from maybe a little bit too much dark crystal. Don't know. Maybe you could try splitting the dark crystal up and having some of it late edition mash, so you can still get the colour out of it, but not so much of the astringent. Anyway, I recognise this beer as being really good. Unfortunately, I don't particularly like this style of beers, but that's my personal preference. But I can still recognise it as being an excellent, a really well crafted beer, which I do enjoy. But it wouldn't probably be something that I would go back for again and again, based on my personal preferences. Low carbonation, very enjoyable. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it at all. But anyway, I'm waffling on. Thank you to the brewer of the English Mild. Good job. I can tell you know what you're doing, even though it's not to my personal preference. And again, I've already said this, but big thank you to everyone who brewed a beer for the SJPORR. This is my maiden voyage into the SJPORR, and I will definitely be back next time, as long as I'm able to. I'm there though. So thank you to all who've tuned into my videos. I really enjoyed making them, and getting to know some of you guys through watching what everyone's doing. And cheers to doing this again, and maybe just enjoying a beer and not having to think about it too hard, as I know Mr. Pierce was talking about. I look forward to that, buddy. Anyway, this is Stas from Stas Brewing, signing out.